morning. So I was inspired to talk to you guys today about something actually rather serious and deep. It's concerning my generation. Well, not only my generation, but all generations, especially after the baby boomers. And the baby boomers. It's rather conspiratory in nature, but honestly, I believe that there is enough evidence that it kind of speaks for itself and its validity. Well, for example, I will use Generation X. My generation, Generation X, was born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. I'm 32, was born in 84. I'm a Virgo. Anyway, so we were raised, with idols like, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Chuck Norris and Van Damme, and we had a lot of action heroes, and our idols were pro wrestlers and steroid freaks and just, G.I. Joe, and of course, first-person shooters. And so anyway, we were doused in this sociopathic egoism, and then on top of that, we were one of the first generations to be completely doused with pharmaceuticals at young ages. Not only are we born into fluoridation and vaccination, several shots as an infant, ridiculous amount. Not only that, but then they had the media programming, and indoctrination, and then on top of that, the pharmaceuticals. So I myself was on 4 different antidepressants. They just couldn't figure out why I was a bad kid or I didn't fit in or whatever. And then, what it was. I was on to the fact that this world is very corrupt and something was very wrong. So I just couldn't handle it. So of course they tried to drug me and considered me crazy, bipolar. I've been called bipolar, I've been called schizophrenic, all kinds of shit. But really what it was a suffering that stemmed from separation to source, to self. I did not like living disconnected from source or my heart. So I acted up, and what happened was it sent me down some of the darkest realms of human society and nature. And you know what? I'm not even going to go on about that here, but all I want to say is that they tried to stop me, but in doing so, they made me even more of a powerful healer because I survived, the Matrix and what it had to throw at me. And, now they can't really do shit to me. I mean, they have tried and several desperate attempts to psychically attack me, but I have shielded it thus far, and they can't do a damn thing to me. I've been to jail, I've overdosed on drugs, it's just, there's just nothing that they can do to me anymore. I don't give in to the fear mongering anymore. But anyway, that's besides the point. That's just my perspective, a brief nutshell. But, I've had friends that I grew up with, playing these first-person shooters and shit, and being like, just fucking turning into little sociopaths, and just couldn't wait till we could sign up for the military to do this, to shoot people. We both went, me and one of my best friends, when we turned 18, to sign up for the Marines. And, he ended up going into the military and fighting in Iraq War and serving a couple terms, and it fucked his head up big time. He killed several, full carloads of innocent people as a machine gunner and an automatic grenadier at a checkpoint in Iraq. So, he showed me the pictures of the fucking chunks of meat hanging off of fences and stuff. I mean, it was just horrible, and it fucked his head up, and now he lives in isolation, and I hope he's doing well. I really miss him. But thank God, due to my car accident when I was 17, they, and I had a weapons charge from when I was 15, they wouldn't take me because they were pickier back then. So that, I think, saved my life in a way. But and then now some of my friends, and they're still doing it now. Other kids that don't fit into, the standardized testing, or, kids that just don't fit into the mold of the android that they want, they then douse with pharmaceuticals still to this day. Parents are a little more privy to what's going on, but back in the 90s, they were not, especially, in the early 2000s. And a lot of my friends were on, these drugs, these amphetamines that are basically just meth, you know what I mean? And a lot of my peers still to this day are on, anxiety meds and, benzos, barbiturates, Xanax, and a lot of them take, uppers and downers and all arounders. And they're like, oh, my doctor gave it to me, so it's okay. It's like, well, he's just a fucking certified drug dealer by the government, who's the biggest drug dealer, but okay, whatever, you want to believe. You're gonna have to face that fact in the end, that's bullshit and that's toxic to your soul. But anyway, everyone's on their own path, and they'll realize that they're shit in their own due time. So the point of this video was, I guess, to bring up the fact, like, if you have a kid and he's developmentally disabled, or whatever the hell you want to call it, all these labels that they have, the countless labels, just, maybe look into it if it's financially feasible to homeschool, or, you know what I mean? There's alternate routes than dousing these kids with drugs, is all I'm saying, because it doesn't help nobody. The amount of side effects is fucking crazy. Like, and we all know, and it's becoming more and more obvious that what goes up must come down. There's no quick fixes to anything. There's no magic pill for anything, okay? And not everybody's an android. Not everybody's a robot. So I just wanted to bring this fact up because it still seems to be dominating a lot of mainstream society. And it needs to stop because it's fucking ridiculous. And it's, people like me are very keen to what's going on, and we've decided to, invest our energies in helping people the best we can. And I also just want to say thank you guys for supporting me. And if you haven't, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I just started it. I'm a noob, but I plan on putting a lot of time and energy into this thing and growing it big time. And honestly, my dream, my main dream, is to open a shamanic healing center in Bali. So, that's far away, and I got to stay in the now. But you know what? I've seen some synchronicities and some signs that might be my life purpose and mission. So you got to start somewhere, right? So thank you. Have a beautiful day. Stay up. Life's beautiful, and so are you. All right? Later.